meeting to order at 6 p.m. for the Rockland Fire Protection District for Monday, April 14, 2025. In attendance, we have myself, Trustee Malinowski, Trustee Dunn, Trustee Mack, Attorney John Kelly, Treasurer Snoblin, and Chiefs Reed and Picosta. And if we could all rise for the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Consideration of minutes of the regular meeting of the Rockland Fire Protection District Board of Trustees for Monday, March 10th, 2025. Took a quick look. I did not see anything out of the ordinary. Any comments, Bruce or Dave? Although Bruce, you weren't here, but
I was not here, so I cannot speak to this, but I do have them in front of me.
okay. I'd like to make a motion to approve the minutes as presented. Second. And voice vote, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Anybody opposed? Okay. And Chief's report.
I'll lead off. Okay. That's our review. I'll give you the quick notes just on our department, because I had brought up the request for you guys to have the letter, and I had spoken with you a little bit about it. Didn't mean to catch you guys off guard in the blue with what was going on, but we are in probably like a 2 to 3 year phase of trying to plan some sort of renovation of our Station 1. The funds that aren't really grants, the earmark money through some of the representatives through the federal government sometimes get cash along the way, and sometimes that ends up filtering the right direction. And I think our finance department had just found out about it so late in the process that we only gave you a 4-day window, so don't even worry about it.
Yeah,
there was a lot of confidence in the first place that it was going to go through, but it was one of those like, let's just take a Hail Mary and see what we can get. So sent out a couple of those. Again, I'm not worried at all about you guys not getting it in time. I don't think the money's going to be there regardless, but it kind of does open up the discussion just to give you guys a heads up that we are looking at this renovation. It coincides, if you guys have been hearing about the police department and what they've been doing in Lake Forest, that once the police are out and their renovation is over with and they've moved out, then the focus is going to turn to us. So the city's kind of trying to plan ahead. We're really a lot farther along in that process than we typically would be, just because we're working with that same architect to get some of that needs analysis stuff done. So in a good way, I think we're kind of getting a head start on it, kind of seeing what the police are going through. But that is definitely something along the next couple of years we'll keep you guys posted on, and just to see how it changes for us. And no matter what, it's going to be a good thing for everybody involved. So good bit of news there. Part 2 is, I think tomorrow, we're crossing our fingers, we'll get our new application released for full-time hire. So our list expires, it expires in July, and our hope is like from July 29th it expires, have the next one ready to go on 30th. So 3 to 4 months to kind of get everything settled out with all the different deadlines for the application process, the testing process, interviews, and those kinds of things. So we'll make sure that we get that kind of spread out social media wise. It'll be on our city site and things like that, but we'll have a couple of weeks to get the applications in. So spread it to good people ready to get in service. Part 2 of that, we did have the call response. Things look pretty typical. I don't think there was anything that was out of the ordinary specifically in Rockland. But like our response times actually were probably a little bit better this last month than they have been recently. So it's kind of, I'm hoping a positive trend we'll see to continue. So I know we've been talking a lot about it just in general with our department, and a lot of new people trying to figure out ways to be a little bit more cognizant of doing it safely, but just understand that people are just different types of drivers than they used to be and don't know directions the way they used to be, so sometimes you have to look a little bit of grace as you see those numbers tick up. But we'll listen on it. So.
Very good.
Okay, well, similar to Chief Rick's renovation, we too are going to be getting a new police station. That has taken center stage. I don't know why the cops own this. So for the past 2 years we've been renovating Station 2. That's all complete, so that looks really nice. And then the same process is going to start with Station 1, starting fiscal year 26. So we're waiting until May, and then we'll get a professional services agreement with an architect just to give us a ballpark design and rough numbers, and then hopefully by a year and a half we'll have it done, similar to what we did with Station 2. So looking forward to that. our stations are old and they're tired and just need a little bit of sprucing up, right? And the good thing about it is that we're turning our common bathrooms into suites, so they're gender neutral, which is nice. So as we hire more females, and it's overall, it's just nice to have your own suite, right? You don't have to worry about anything that comes with a community bathroom. I'll just keep it at that. Okay? And as far as the monthly, we had 5 calls. One call was kind of fun. It was the open burn call. I think there were multiple calls going on for Libertyville, so I was actually coming back from a training, and I responded with one of my force engines, and we got there at the same time. So it was just a gentleman that was doing some landscape waste in the corner of his lot that was blowing over 43. So we informed him what was going on, but the fun part of that call was being able to bust the chops of Lake Forest, and they did the same with me. So guys that I've worked with and came up with over the years, so it was good to see those guys too. So the story, or I guess why I wanted to bring that up, is because we have a really good working relationship with Lake Forest crews. So we're very transparent. If there are problems, our leadership always reaches out to their leadership and the other way around, and we try to take care of that, because you know how firefighters talk. If it doesn't get taken care of, then the next thing you know, you're at fisticuffs on a call. So we try to keep the culture at both departments pretty cool. So as far as department reports, we had our busiest March, 463 calls, so that was just very busy. However, we managed it, so it was fun. Of course, the majority of those are in the back of an ambulance, but that's what we're good at. So I'm pretty proud of those numbers. A couple things on the training side. We pride ourselves on trying to bring in as many EMT students and paramedic students just to do their ride time requirements for the state to get certified. What's nice this time around is that we're going to be able to work with the tech campus to help their EMT students out too, so we're pretty excited about that. We try to support, the Lake County Fire Chiefs try to support the tech campus as much as possible on the fire side and on the EMS side as well, so it's a great program. It's actually a little secret that doesn't get advertised as much, especially at the high schools, so we try to advertise as much as possible, and there's just so many opportunities at the trade campus, or at the tech campus, for trades of all kinds. So happy to support that. And then we typically have between 1 to 3 paramedic students ride with us too. And the nice thing about having these paramedic students ride with us is not only do we, each one gets assigned a mentor, but for the most part they work with our companies, and it gives us a chance to stay sharp as well, because you don't want some paramedic student to show you up, right? So, and fresh out of school or fresh into school, they know the latest and the greatest. You have to make sure that you're being a good mentor or a good teacher, so it keeps us sharp too, so we really enjoy doing that. So, and then just March was a lot of fun for public education. We were in the schools from kindergarten through 4th grade, and we had 91 individual classroom sessions across 8 different schools in March for just public education things, just being out there and interacting with the kids. And
It's gotta be a lot of fun.
it is, and this year we're going into the classroom. We're not bringing the classroom into like a big stadium or not a stadium,
In the gym or
in a
whatever.
gym, because nobody pays attention to you.
Of course not.
So we get into the classrooms a little bit more one-on-one, and it just seems like it's a lot more effective, and the teachers enjoy it too. So that's one of the things I love doing, is the public education part of it. And we have a team, a pretty big team at Libertyville Fire that really enjoys doing that as well. So we're pretty proud of that.
Yes, great.
Yeah.
Very good. Any questions or anything else for chiefs?
No, nothing from me.
Bruce, no? Reports, all good?
Thank you, Chiefs. Moving on to agenda item 5, public comment. The district trustees allocate time for those individuals who would like the opportunity to address the fire district trustees on any matter not listed on the agenda. Each person addressing the trustees is asked to limit their comments to a maximum of 5 minutes. Any public comment? No public comment. Attorney's report, agenda item 6.
Legislative-wise, the deadline for 3rd reading was last Friday. The Senate passed 350-some bills. The House only passed 179, although the House did extend deadlines on several other bills. Both are out of session for for all this week through Easter. And then they'll be back, and looking like the legislature's gonna adjourn somewhere about the middle of May. Not a lot going on in the fire service. There was a bill to try and lower the hiring age to 18 that didn't get out of committee. There's a Mavis funding bill that I believe has now been passed by the Senate. But short of that, not much else going on.
Thank you, sir. Agenda item 7, treasurer's report.
On the balance sheet, as of March 31st, the checking account balance was $675,635.20. The reserve account was at $312,489.49, and petty cash is still at $81.75, for a total assets of $988,206.44. As far as budget goes, budget tracking, we are, as of March, 11 months out of 12 for the fiscal year, 92%. So it's pretty much all done. We've gotten 98% of, well, actually 99% of our tax revenue, 99.5, 98% of our total revenue. I think I have one more check from the Department of Revenue to deposit. The IGA contract is complete for the year. Building maintenance, we were running at about 58% of what we budgeted, which is good. And then on administration, again, it's at 33%, but, and I will talk about this in just a minute or two, obviously the salaries aren't paid yet, and that will bump it up when those get paid. So I will discuss that when we talk about the checks. Okay. Other than that, that's pretty much it. Not too much is going to change over the next couple of weeks, so that is the budget.
Quick question, building maintenance, the generator comes out of that, right?
Yeah.
We don't have a capital fund.
No.
Okay.
Because we're not buying anything, so.
Ask the question.
Yes. Oh, no, absolutely.
Anything else? I'd make a motion to approve the treasurer's report as presented.
Seconded.
And roll call vote, trustee Dunn. Aye. Trustee Mack.
Aye.
Trustee Malinowski, aye.
Before we move on, just one other note on budget. We're going to start the next budget cycle. Obviously, our fiscal year begins on May 1st. So, just real quickly, kind of running it backwards, at the July meeting, July 14th, we will have a public hearing and then pass the budget ordinance. We can't, the May meeting is not 30 days before the July meeting, so my plan is to present the preliminary budget at the May meeting, and then anywhere between then and June 20th, we'll post the preliminary budget here, and we will publish the notice of the date of the public hearing and the fact that the budget is here for anybody who wishes to see it. So that's kind of how that's going to go this year. Any questions on that?
What was the date of the public hearing again?
It will be July 14th. Now, typically what we do is we open the public hearing, we have the public hearing, we close the public hearing, we open the meeting. So it just takes 5 minutes usually.
Take a carbon copy of the decennial committee.
Gotcha.
It's a lot faster.
Gotcha. Okay. Thanks, Carl. Outstanding invoices.
Okay, not a whole lot this month. North Shore Gas, $726. Comcast, $271. The city Visa was $228. That's all the electrical work we did in the base, and 2 years of the digital certificate for the email system. Pretty much that is. Legal out of some bids, $850 for the retainer. Comment is $1364. That should be the last of the high ones.
Okay.
That was for those silly heaters.
Yeah, I was just looking at the last month too, it was still about 1,300, so.
Yeah. Denny's Fire Control for the annual, checking of the,
Thank you again for that.
oh, no problem, they check the fire extinguishers, replace anything that needs that, so that's all good. And then intersecurity system is the alarm monitoring for $120. So that gives total expenditures for the month of $3,764.60.
I'd like to make a motion to approve the outstanding invoices in the amount of $3,764.60.
I will second that.
And roll call vote, trustee Dunn.
Aye.
Trustee Mack.
Aye.
Trustee Malinowski, aye.
Now one other thing for you to approve, being as it is the end of the fiscal year, it is time to pay the trustees' salaries. So, what that will be is Marcin is $1,500, Bruce is $1,500, Chris has, let's see, I've got it in here, 5 months of, 5 months of 1,500, so he gets 625. Dan, you've got 4 months, or I'm sorry, 6 months, but it's at 1,500, or I'm sorry, at $1,000, because you haven't taken the dash training yet. So that'll be $500, and then the treasurer gets $1,500. So if you will, approve that, then I will issue those checks for you. And
What's the, can you give me the total? So it's 15, 15, 15,
5.
So that's 3, 4,
So that's
5,000.
5,625.
5,625.
5, 6, 20.
For a second, I thought somebody was gonna have to take their shoes off and count.
We all have phones.
I'll hold my tongue.
I wasn't gonna say, I was letting that unfold, I was just enjoying the panorama.
All right, I'd like to make a motion to approve payment of trustee and treasurer salaries in the total amount of $5,625.
You wanna second it?
Sure, I'll second that.
All right, roll call vote, trustee Mack.
Aye.
Trustee Dunn.
Aye.
Trustee Malinowski, aye. All right, thank you, Carl.
Can I ask a question?
Absolutely.
Carl, can you, I'm just trying to grasp the $6,000 thing that you were just talking about. So you have 3 at 1,500, right, and 1 at 5?
No,
And
okay, the base, by law, the base salary for a trustee of a fire district like this is $1,000.
Okay.
If you pass the advanced trustee training and maintain your continuing ed credits, then you get an extra $500.
Oh, okay.
Dan is not yet,
I haven't taken it because they haven't offered the
Sure.
class yet.
right,
Okay.
so he's getting, the portion, for the number of months at $1,000, where Chris got his months at $1,500.
Okay. Oh, I forgot about that.
Yeah, it's all.
Yeah, so it's.
Oh, yeah,
That
that's,
guy.
we gotta pay that guy? Come on.
Yeah.
Come on, I forgot.
Well, wait, somebody turn off the camera, we can see it.
All right, thank you, that's where I forgot, I'm sorry.
On a totally different note, I would like to point out for everybody present and our TV audience, that what was it, $200 and something on electrical repairs was parts only, and that was work that was done by our own treasurer, who is also an electrician, as part of his treasurer duties, which it's not. So I'd like to publicly say thank you for that.
You are quite
Thank you,
welcome.
Carl.
I kind of look at myself as being the building manager, who say, I'll fix anything I can, just because why not?
Well, you are saving the taxpayers some substantial money in doing that. Thank you for that.
I really do appreciate that.
No, happy to do it.
Do you guys smell something burning?
That's why I mentioned it. It's actually a licensed electrician.
Well, that was like 50 years ago.
Licensed.
Some things have changed since then, but I think.
In residential electrical, not much.
Not much on this building.
Yeah. Thanks for that, Bruce. Okay, moving on to agenda item 9, discussion action regarding lease or sale of the Rockland Fire Protection District building and/or updates regarding IDOT improvements. Nothing on my side. Bruce, you've normally had a little more info and insight on this.
My contacts have been completely silent. What I'm kinda hearing, there is a lot of construction slated for this summer, other than stuff that was
There isn't?
approved. Is not. Not a lot of new starts. There's a lot of stuff that was started last year, was put down for the winter, and they're restarting it. But new starts, you know, the letting new contracts, that's usually the big spring thing. Not a lot going on. Don't know what the story is that I've been trying to find out.
Yeah, I've heard nothing from my dad. I mean,
It could well be that the state of Illinois gives no federal highway funds anymore. Suspect that might be part of the problem.
In this environment, anything is possible.
we were supposed to receive a survey, what was it, 2 years ago? They said, oh yeah, surveys are done, they're getting sent out. That's the last I heard from anyone at IDOT.
So I will, make a note though and follow up on that. 'Cause
Okay.
I've got a couple of
Your
projects.
contacts are better than mine.
Well, I've got a couple of projects pending right now, so I wanna find out what's going on very much, so.
Cool. So that's it for that. Agenda item 10, other items as may be lawfully brought before the board. Outside of a bunch of solicitations, my email's been quiet. No
Same.
order requests. Nothing from the public. Anything else to bring up?
Yeah.
Anything else to bring up, Chiefs? Except trying to figure out why we get paid, how much we get paid.
Deserving, so, right, deserving.
Yeah, just trying to be fiscally responsible.
Of course. All right.
Do we need to add, the swearing in of officers to the agenda for next month?
That'll be
I think so.
No,
It's in
no,
June.
no, it's in
Is that
June.
June?
June, you have to have the
June,
election.
June,
Right.
you're right, you're
You
right.
have the election for the officers, and then,
Okay, yes, that's right, that's right.
I don't know, John, I don't know, their trustees, do they need to be sworn in again?
No, I don't think they have to be sworn in again, but we should acknowledge in the minutes officially that the trustees have been, won their elections and
Oh.
I will,
And then at that meeting, would we then, since the full slate was reelected, would we then vote on positions?
No, as Carl said, that will take place in June.
June.
Yeah, that's what I meant, in June.
Oh, okay, yeah, I think at the May meeting, we should acknowledge for the minutes that Dan and Bruce have been reelected.
And all three?
Oh,
Yeah, we
All three,
right.
yeah,
So
entire
that
slate.
that's in the minutes, and then at the June meeting, reconstitute the board.
Okay.
So we should have something on the agenda next month, a seating of new trustees.
yeah, okay, I'll make sure we get something in there for that.
Yeah, I think if you look back and, if you have previous agendas, probably somewhere in there around May. No? Good with that,
I
Paul?
mean, this is boutique, man, everything is custom.
Okay. There's nothing else. I'd like to make a motion to adjourn at 6:23 PM.
I'll second that motion.
And voice vote, everyone in favor, say aye. Aye. Anybody opposed?